The day my husband placed the divorce papers in front of me, he expected tears, begging, and a fight over every dollar. Instead, I smiled, picked up the pen, and signed every page without reading a single line twice. I asked for nothing, not the house, not the savings, not the car. He smiled because he believed he had won. What he did not know was that I had spent months preparing for this exact moment. Before this story ends, one secret file, one unexpected phone call, and one courtroom decision will completely change everything. Stay until the end, because the final 5 minutes reveal the truth that shocked everyone, including my ex-husband. "5 years earlier, I believed I had the perfect marriage. My husband Daniel was charming, successful, and admired by everyone. Friends called us the perfect couple. Family members envied our life. I believed every smile, every promise, and every dream we built together. Slowly, things changed. Daniel started coming home late. His phone never left his hand. Weekend business trips became more frequent. Every conversation turned into an argument. If I questioned anything he told me, I was insecure and imagining problems. One evening, I accidentally saw a message appear on his phone. It simply said, "I miss you already." He grabbed the phone before I could read more. He laughed and said it was from a client. I wanted to believe him because trusting him was easier than accepting the truth. For months, I watched quietly. I stopped arguing. I stopped asking questions. Instead, I started paying attention. Receipts appeared for expensive restaurants. Hotel charges showed up on credit card statements. Money disappeared from our joint account without explanation. One night, I realized something important. If this marriage was ending, I had two choices. I could panic and become the person everyone expected, or I could prepare. From that day, I secretly copied every financial record. I organized every bank statement. I downloaded years of tax returns. I photographed documents before they disappeared. I met with a financial advisor without telling anyone. Then I quietly rebuilt my career. Years before marriage, I had paused my professional life to support Daniel while he built his business. Everyone believed I had sacrificed everything. What nobody knew was that I still had valuable skills. I completed online courses every night while Daniel thought I was sleeping. I updated my certifications. I contacted former colleagues. I accepted freelance projects using a separate account. Little by little, my confidence returned. Months later, a respected company offered me a senior management position. The salary was higher than I had imagined. I accepted the offer but never mentioned it at home. Daniel remained convinced I depended on him. Then, something unexpected happened. A former employee from Daniel's company contacted me privately. She thanked me for always treating everyone with respect. During our conversation, she revealed serious financial problems inside the business. Daniel had been hiding debts while pretending the company was growing. That conversation changed everything. I stopped worrying about losing the house because I realized the house was carrying huge loans. I stopped worrying about the luxury cars because they were leased. I stopped worrying about expensive vacations because they had all been financed through debt. The perfect life was only an illusion. I quietly rented a small apartment close to my new office. I furnished it slowly. Every paycheck increased my emergency savings. I never touched our shared money. Then one rainy Tuesday evening, Daniel walked into the kitchen carrying a folder. He slid it across the counter. "Divorce papers." He looked directly into my eyes, expecting tears. Instead, I smiled. I thanked him for making the decision easier. I signed every page calmly. His confident smile disappeared for just a second. He asked if I wanted to discuss property division. I answered with one sentence, "No, you can keep everything." He looked confused. People do not usually refuse money during divorce. They asked again if I was sure. I nodded. He believed he had won. The following week, I moved into my apartment while he celebrated his freedom. Friends called asking why I gave up everything. I simply replied that peace is worth more than property. 3 months later, reality finally arrived. Daniel's business lost its biggest client. Creditors demanded immediate payments. The luxury home entered foreclosure. The expensive vehicles were repossessed. His new relationship ended as financial pressure increased. Meanwhile, my career continued growing. I led successful projects. My team expanded. Within 1 year, I received another promotion. The apartment I rented became my first investment property after I purchased it below market value. Then another surprise arrived. The company I worked for introduced employee stock ownership. The shares increased dramatically over the next several years. Financial independence replaced every fear I once had. One afternoon, Daniel requested a meeting. He looked older than I remembered. His confidence had disappeared. He apologized for everything. He admitted he believed I would never survive without him. Then he asked the question that revealed everything. How did you know? I smiled. I did not know the future. I simply prepared instead of panicking. Preparation gave me choices. Choices created freedom. Freedom changed my life. When I walked away from that meeting, I felt no anger. There was nothing left to prove. The greatest victory was never making him lose. The greatest victory was becoming someone who no longer needed his approval. Years later, people still ask why I signed those papers without asking for anything. My answer never changes. Sometimes, the smartest decision is letting people keep the things that are secretly destroying them while you quietly build the life they never believed you could create. That day, I lost a marriage, but I found myself. Looking back, I understand something many people never realize. Strength is often silent. Preparation is invisible. Success is built long before anyone notices. The moment he believed I had nothing was actually the moment I had everything that truly mattered. Strong ending. If this story teaches anything, it is that revenge is temporary, but rebuilding your life is permanent. Never measure your future by what you lose today. Sometimes, walking away peacefully is the first step toward the greatest comeback of your life. The people who underestimate you often become the same people who cannot understand your success.